Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My amendment protects a robust public review process for any proposed pipeline that seeks to cross protected conservation and recreation lands. The legislation before us today, with its short-circuited environmental reviews, puts treasured public lands at risk. My home state of Massachusetts, like many areas around the country, faces real energy challenges. We need careful and strategic long-term planning in order to lower energy prices and maintain reliability and resiliency. Over the past several years, we have seen proposals for new natural gas pipelines that would stretch hundreds of miles and cross many different communities. We must work to identify ways to lower energy prices for our homes and businesses, and increasing the supply of lower-cost natural gas may be one way to achieve that objective while we transition to cleaner, more affordable, and sustainable alternatives. However, we cannot, in the long run, afford to be careless about our other environmental interests as we make that transition. These major infrastructure proposals in New England and elsewhere around the country deserve close and careful scrutiny, given the potential environmental impacts and the costs borne by ratepayers. Regrettably, this legislation moves us in the wrong direction. This bill would force FERC to rush decision-making, including environmental reviews necessary to determine if pipelines will have negative impacts on state forests, parks, wildlife management areas, and wetlands, lands expressly put aside as a result of a public decision to protect them. Our nation has a long-standing history of preserving natural habitats and protecting open spaces for the public benefit, and we have invested enormous public resources toward these goals. These lands and the decisions behind them deserve to be honored. In my district, we recently went through the public review process for a proposed natural gas pipeline. Hundreds of my constituents expressed their concerns with the project. Construction of the pipeline could have jeopardized local wildlife and impacted both state and federally designated conservation land, as well as Massachusetts' scarce farmland. Thanks to a robust review process, the public had numerous opportunities to question the project and express these legitimate concerns, and their views were able to be fully considered. While I believe we must protect that review process for all infrastructure projects, my amendment focuses on pipelines that cross protected conservation and recreation lands. I urge my colleagues to support my amendment and protect investments by federal taxpayers, states, and local communities in preserving their natural and historic resources. I reserve the balance of my time.